You know when you say that you'll never do something again and then you're gonna do it again? That's me right now. Check out get a load of this idiot. She's doing something again. I'm actually going to react to another animated story that I don't approve of because the comments convinced me otherwise. You said that me making fun of this is not an endorsement for it and it's entertaining. So I'm gonna give it one more try and let me know in the comments what you think and if you think it's a bad thing to do, because I read them all and I wanna know. This is the worst one that I could possibly find. I used hearing aids secretly, okay? The English on these it's just not great. But it's good because you can fit as many keywords in as possible. I should try that.
I can't believe my mom would do this again. She's walking into the house with another brand new designer handbag. My dad would go ballistic if he found out she's been spending money on purses again.
Why don't you rat on her? Why don't you tell on her? Mom has a shopping problem. Mom is one of those like, love you so much. I wish I was a teenager. I can tell that. So we got that trope down, and then we got the angry dad who doesn't want her to spend money.
My mom has a serious shopping addiction. She tries to hide it from us, but she talks to her fancy friends about it all the time.
Her fancy friends.
She thinks I can't hear her because I'm deaf. Well, surprise, I can. Since I was 7 years old, my hearing started to deteriorate.
Oh, so this is a girl who actually can't hear. I thought it was a person who was just like, yeah, and like using like a hearing aid app or software or something like that to like spy on people.
By the age of 10, I was completely deaf. We tried operations and treatments, but nothing worked.
Wait, here's something I don't get. The mom is like, she's not gonna know that I'm buying purses because she can't hear. She can see though. What do you, like, she can see still. She can see you coming home with the purse. The only thing she can't hear is you talking trash about her, but I mean, I think she'd be able to see that you're doing it because she's over there like, you can tell, I think.
My friend Rosie pulled me to the side. She was acting really strange.
Is she a witch?
From her pocket, she took a hearing aid. It's really powerful, she mouthed.
Wait, so the doctors couldn't figure it out, but her friend could. It's like, oh, you can't hear anymore, but I have a secret. She should like maybe patent this thing and like sell it, cure deafness. That'd be cool.
To my shock, it worked. I could hear birds and cars. I could hear Rosie laughing.
Wait, what was with the random Pikachu?
I could hear birds and cars.
I could hear Pikachu talking. That was the craziest part. Like the birds, the cars, and then all of a sudden, Pika Pika! Like that was the weird one.
I decided not to tell my parents about it. I was sure they knew something like this existed.
Dunk 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 dunk. She's about to do some spying.
That night, I could hear my parents fighting about money and purses. I'm making all the money and you're spending it on handbags, said my dad. Oh, honey, it doesn't cost that much.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so if she has fancy friends, that means they like fancy handbags, and fancy handbags are so expensive, it actually hurts. Also, I love how the arguments in these story things, instead of like any sort of like nuance, it's very much like, I make the money, you take the money.
I can take the money because we don't need the money.
We need the money.
We don't need the money.
Oh, this fight's never gonna end.
No, I don't know why we got married in the first place.
I didn't like listening to my parents fighting, but nothing could prepare me for the secrets that I would find out next.
You know what'd be really cool is to have one of these hearing aids and like choose when you want to listen to people. That'd be really nice actually. Cause like if somebody's trying to talk to me, I could be like, hearing aids not in, or like if you don't want to hear just like people bickering, it'd be a nice little like boop. It'd be like blocking people, like a Black Mirror style, like block, 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 block. I want to hear you, here we go. I don't want to hear anybody else.
That night, my parents got all dressed up. My dad was only a small shop manager and my mother stayed at home. Where did they get all that money from?
That's a really good question. I was just gonna say, like if you own a shop, there's no way you're buying Birkin bags, I'll tell you that much.
Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I got a fright and switched off the TV. I looked through the peephole. It was a lady. She seemed distressed. It's Mia. Open up. Open up.
Who's Mia? What? All right, I'm sure this plot hole is gonna fill itself.
I had my sign nearby. I showed it to the lady as she forced her way in. She was going on a total rant. Something about the police and where my parents were.
Oh, are they part of like some kind of fancy friend trading ring?
In a matter of moments, the lady fell asleep.
The old chests in this animation is like boing, dang.
Finally, my parents came into the house. My mom said, if you didn't give it all away, we'd be rich by now. To which my dad replied, if you would have just stuck to the plan, I wouldn't have given it all away.
I have to admit, the writing has gotten a little better because I actually don't know what's going on. I actually don't know where this is headed. Might I say, I'm slightly interested.
My mom was completely shocked. My dad used sign language to tell me that it was my mom's childhood friend. Then he told me to go to my room. I tried to listen to what they were saying when my hearing aid started to buzz. It made these strange noises like a radio tuning into a station.
And now she can see through time.
I quickly jumped to look out of the window. Let's go. We can catch up with her tomorrow. A few moments after the two guys left, I could see my parents and Mia walking to her car.
There's bodies in the bag! Or maybe it's closed.
I followed them and hid behind the door. My dad moved a heavy bookcase out of the way.
Oh! Okay, something shady's gotta be going on because this dad owns a shop. It's not like they can afford all of this stuff, but if you can try to afford it, then, I mean, obviously I think you have a lot more money than someone who just works at a shop. There's something going on here. This is like a bank safe.
He punched in a 6-digit code and the giant door opened up. Inside was a small room.
They're criminals! They're criminals!
I gave a big gasp. My mom must have heard me. She turned around, but I quickly hid behind the door.
You're the only one who lives here. Like, of course she's gonna know.
Throw the bags in there for now.
What? The mom just ignores the gasp? Get out of here. You can and then hide, and then the mom's like, it's just the wind.
My parents offered Mia to sleep on the couch. I heard my dad tell my mom, we need to get rid of Mia. She knows too much.
Oh geez, I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know, yeah.
In the early morning hours, I heard a commotion coming from downstairs. It was Mia. She was filling a backpack with cash. She probably cracked the code.
How do you crack a 6-digit code? How long would it take, Terry, to crack a 6-digit numeric code?
Over 1 million numbers.
Over 1 million possibilities, and Mia got it? Holy. She said that she hadn't slept in weeks, but apparently she's a god at jailbreaking locks and safes.
What are you doing, Mia? She looked even more shocked. Oh, you can talk. Well, come here and I'll tell you everything. Somehow, I felt sorry for this lady.
She's stealing your parents' money, and she's a mastermind who just jailbreaked a safe.
Completely oblivious to what she was planning, I moved closer.
Everybody likes kung fu fighting! Yow!
The safe was completely soundproof. I started knocking on it and kicking, but nothing.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst place to get locked, but it still would be pretty scary. Like, I mean, it beats spiders, okay? It beats like a 7-second riddle's, like poisonous snakes. You're stuck there with money. There's a light in there. You could just like put it all in every crevice, and when they finally find you, just like walk out with your butt cheeks clenched and be like, didn't take anything in there.
I screamed and yelled, but no one heard me. Then my hearing aid started to make scratchy noises again. Where's Mia? I heard my dad say.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, her hearing aid just went rogue. It suddenly became a piece of technology that can go through soundproof walls. She can hear everything. She can hear what people are talking about in Canada. She can, like, she's got ears. The walls have ears now.
Somehow my hearing aid picked up the frequencies from inside the house. There she goes, run, get her. But it was too late, Mia got away.
Kill Mia, get her!
How are we going to explain this to the boss, Stefan?
These people all know the other people involved. They would never say, how are we going to explain this to the boss, Stefan? It's just like, how are we gonna explain this? Like, you would know, you would know.
You're going to have to explain it to him. I'm not doing your dirty work. I was stuck inside this safe. When were my parents gonna figure out that I was missing?
She could be in there for a while, you know? Like, if I had a safe like that, I would only take the risk of like pushing the bookshelf aside if I had like accumulated a lot of money that I needed to hide. So like, what if she's in here for like 16 years and she can hear everything? Like, he would actually go crazy. I would start having conversations like with people who can't even hear me. I'd be like, yeah, Dad, yeah, Stefan the boss, love him. Oh, you killed Mia? Oh, yeah, I'd do the same.
The black bags were tightly closed. I was so curious to know what was inside. Just as I was about to open one,
what's in the bags?
Appeared again. Someone said, Mia's car isn't here anymore. I say we pay those to a front door.
How can she hear what's going on in the car outside? The SUV that's standing in the driveway. Maybe this hearing aid can hear everything that's standing on 2 feet. And therefore, she can hear everything in this locality.
Where's our merchandise? We want it now, the guy said demandingly. Stefan, we got it. Come with us.
Are they gonna open the safe? What? Okay. What if she fell asleep in the safe and took the hearing aid out, and then they kicked those guys into the safe and locked it, and then she had to become friends with these 2 creeps who want money?
This guy was Stefan, the boss? I could hear them moving towards the study. Thank God they were gonna find me in here and set me free. My dad opened the safe and pushed the 2 guys into it with me.
I knew it! I I knew it! Oh, is she gonna like fall in love with one of these creeps? Like, where is this story gonna go? Are there bodies in those bags? I guess there can't be bodies in the bags if she like moved them.
It all happened so quick. It was me and the two guys in there. They were screaming and kicking the door. They didn't even notice me.
Oh, you know what I just realized? They're probably gonna lock those two guys in the safe until they starve or they like die of dehydration. So she's probably gonna starve with them unless she eats them. What do you think?
I don't know what came over me, but I was tired of being ignored, and I wasn't scared anymore. I've never seen two grown men more scared in their lives. They must have thought that I was a ghost. I said, "Shut up." They fell completely silent and fell to their knees. I could hear my parents through my hearing aid again. Stefan won't be happy with the amount of merchandise we have for him.
Oh, maybe by merchandise they do mean bodies. Ugh.
Without Mia, we can't produce anything. She's the only one who could copy that exactly. What were they talking about? Then it hit me. The merchandise is probably inside these black bags. The two guys
What is
stared at
it?
me as I tore open
What
the
is
black
it?
bags that came from Mia's car. One of them even started praying. He really thought I was a ghost.
How? How would they like just touch her? Don't touch her, but like just, you know, blow on her hair and then it'll and you'll be like, oh, not a ghost.
As the secret was finally revealed, it was a bunch of handbags made with shiny stones and beautiful fabrics. Stefan and his friend's eyes were wide open. For the first time, I understand my mom's obsession with designer bags.
It's good to know that, you know, being locked in a safe with two strange men and all of the trauma that that must cause, that's when I really just kind of realized how beautiful handbags are, you know?
Mia was the one who made knockoff designer handbags.
Oh, I mean, that's better than like buying the bags though. They're just, you know, selling them on the dark web. So she hasn't been wasting the dad's money, or has she? I don't know.
I decided to take matters into my own hands and played along with their illusion. I put on a ghost voice and chanted, "Mia, she's the one. Leave these people alone.
Oh my goodness.
Promise." The two men were nodding their heads and shaking. At that moment, my mother opened the safe's door.
Okay, so if she was like a girl with like black hair and like a white dress, you know, I'd believe it. But if it's just like a little blonde girl who obviously isn't translucent and there's enough light in there that they can see each other and the money and what's in the bags, how could they think that she's a ghost for that long? And didn't she open the bag? So they're like, ah, this ghost can open bags. Ah! This girl loves to kick.
They left the safe's door open. I could finally escape. As my parents closed the front door, I pretended to have just woken up. Perhaps it was better that I didn't know about my parents' secret fraudulent business.
Girl, you're never gonna be able to forget, unfortunately. And you're gonna resent them for the rest of your life for having a safe full of bags of money where you become a ghost and other people get scared and that you can't get another one of these magical hearing aids where you can hear people in the house and in cars.
Or maybe I should take some money from the safe without them knowing and buy the hearing aid myself.
I mean, you should, especially if Mia was smart enough to jailbreak the safe in 2 minutes. The password is probably 111111.
Either way, I've learned a lot from this experience.
I learned a lot from this experience too. First of all, I think that this was a lot more interesting than they usually are. I really think that this channel is like upping their game. I thought it was gonna be a situation where I'm just like making fun of the channel the entire time. Or I thought it was gonna be a situation where it's like just very sad and dank and exploitative like a lot of them have been, but this is actually pretty different. And I'm glad that I watched this. Usually I feel gross after, and right now I don't. Huh. What do you know? Sometimes I guess you just gotta retrace your old tracks and see what you think about it. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. I hope that you enjoyed my commentary, and if you'd like to see me again, make sure you hit push notifications. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!